Hello guys, it's JohnMaster100 here. Today we're doing another Beyblade discussion, this time a news discussion. So we got a lot of news this month. A ton. So let's just go ahead and get into everything. So first up we have SamuraiCaliber 670 Merge. So 670 is a fine ratchet, I don't have problems with it. It is technically new. 6 sides pairs fine over the blade, I would say. Also, every Samurai Bay has had a 70 height ratchet, so this keeps that trend going. That's fine. The SamuraiCaliber blade looks fairly boring. I don't see anything interesting here. The color scheme's nice, and honestly the color scheme of the whole bay is nice as well, but this blade doesn't really do much, and of course it is a BX blade, so I wouldn't really expect anything good from it. It just exists and doesn't really need to. But like many recent BX bays, they're kind of trying to give you a parts to hard carry it, that being a Merge. I do think Merge is really interesting. It's kind of the Coat Sharp or Unite equivalent for Beyblade X, which is cool. Has these kind of extra rubber parts on the sides here, which could potentially give it a crazier counterattack. We'll see. Also, I'm not sure, and I don't know if there is information on this, I just haven't seen it, but I believe the gears on the bit here, I think there's more than 16, I think there might be 20 of them. Again, could be wrong, but I think this may have the most gears on any bit, which is at least interesting. So for SamuraiCaliber, the bit is really interesting, but the rest of the bay is just kind of there. Again, we don't need more BX bays, but here we are. Moving on to the SharkScale Deck Set. This is the thing I'm definitely more excited about for the main releases for next month. But anyway, getting into the actual bays, we first up have HellsBrave Jaggy 360 Gear Flat. Gear Flat isn't the best reprint, and 360 is a massive L. We just do not need more day one parts, especially in a set release. Like, random boosters one thing, but a set release, I don't like that. As far as the blade goes, I think Jaggy and Hells are both perfectly fine, and Brave I think is solid enough. I don't really have a problem with this blade being kind of the, reprint blade in here. Would have been great if it was like Reaper or something, but it's fine enough. At least we get Hells. Next up we got TyrannoRoar 170 Level. So we get a level bit in here, which is pretty cool. Honestly, a really nice reprint for one of the kind of Hasbro variants that's been brought to Takatomi. 170, technically a new ratchet, and it's just a good time to get it out of the way. And I think it works fairly well on a Tyranno variant. Also, yes, TyrannoRoar. This is the Takatomi version of TyrannoRoar, and I think they did a pretty good job here, like the orange. And for the overall combo, I think it's good. 170 kind of offsets it, and the level, I think, gives it a pretty unique identity, which is pretty cool. Much better than the Hasbro combo, which is literally just a rehashed version of Phoenix Wing, which is the bit it's based on, so it's very similar to that. This one actually has a unique identity, so I like this thing a lot. Better yet, it's not locked behind some kind of really annoying release like Rare Bay Get Battle or a Korokoro mail order bay like some of the other Hasbro variants have been. It's just in a set that you're probably going to buy, which is great. I'm really happy about that, actually. And for the main bay of the set, we have SharkScale 450 Underflat. So 450 is our new lowest ratchet. So it is a typical 2-part ratchet. It will be a normal weight, so I guess 455's kind of lost all use at this point, if we're being honest. But yeah, 50 ratchets are here, which is definitely interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Also, Underflat. Underflat seems kind of closer to flat in terms of the bottom shape, but yes, it is 2mm shorter than normal. So yeah, they're definitely trying to make this bay really short, which is pretty cool. The blade is, of course, SharkScale. I don't see a gimmick on here, which is kind of annoying, because I generally want UX bays to actually, do something. Although the contact points do look kind of lower than normal. I'll have to see this in person, but if the contact points are kind of abnormally low, I'll take that as sort of a gimmick and I won't have any problems. So for that, I'm just going to wait till I get it in hand before I actually start, genuinely complaining about this stuff. The blade design itself looks pretty nice. It's definitely what I'd imagine a UX version of Shark Edge being. Also, I just have to say, this will be really funny in stock battles against CX bays. It will absolutely demolish them with how short it is, so that'll be fun to watch, but yeah. Overall, the deck set, I think, is pretty good. SharkScale looks pretty nice. Again, we'll have to see if there's any sort of interesting parts on those contact points there. TyrannoRoar is overall just good and a nice thing to have, and HellsBrave is fine. The blade, I don't really have many issues with, but yeah, the parts aren't really great. Moving on, we finally got the remake they announced. That's coming out in like 2 days, I think. That is Rock Leone 680 Gear Needle. 680, that's fine. 6 sides, I think, makes sense for the shape, and 80, well, Rock Leone had a 145 height in MFB, so I think 80 makes sense here. Gear Needle, massive L, of course. They're really trying to stick to the whole bits have to be a certain type kind of thing, which is annoying. You had Gear Ball right there. Why didn't you use that? Or even Wall Ball just for the WB acronym. Either way, it would have been way better than Gear Needle. This doesn't really pair well with the bay at all. I don't like it. I guess it's probably the best needle they could have chosen, other than maybe Dot, but yeah, I wish they'd have just broken the cycle and just went with a ball bit because it would have just made sense. The blade's pretty good though. I think that this blade was modeled fairly well. I don't really have any problems with the Rock Leone blade. It looks like what I'd expect of a Rock Leone blade in Beyblade X, so nothing to really complain about there, which is good. Although I do wish this would have come out a little bit earlier or even later, because July 2025 is the exact 10-year anniversary of Beyblade Burst. Really would like to get a Burst remake here, but whatever, I guess. I mean, Rock Leone's fine, it's just, you know, that would have been nice. Now we go on to some of the weirder releases. We have a couple rare big gift battle bays. We have the new big one, of course, being a ValkyrieVolt Slash 470 Vortex. This is the new one kind of taking the place of Era Pegasus, so it looks pretty cool, I would say. I think 470 was a pretty bad choice. It's a 3-sided attacker. I don't know why we're getting a 4-sided ratchet here. The whole thing is having the Hell's ratchet in the drawing bit, but I don't think that really needs to happen. I just pick like 660 or something. It was right there. Also, Vortex on a Valkyrie Bay. I mean, it's not terrible, but it doesn't make the most sense. And also, look, apparently the design's based on the first Valkyrie. You have an Excel bit. The first Valkyrie had Excel as its driver. The reference was right there, why would you not take that? Vortex isn't anywhere near as bad as 470, but still, I think they should have thrown this thing on Excel personally. You have the Slash Assist Blade, which is pretty good actually. I like the color on this thing. I think it helps to break up the overall color scheme pretty well. The Volt main blade actually looks really nice, and then the Valkyrie lock chip, it is a metal lock chip, which is kind of annoying. Again, like, I don't like when they do this. So back in GT or Sparking for Burst, you have the Goku weight or like the Solomon chip locked in a rare bait get battle thing. Hell, even a DB with Perseus, which are kind of these happy parts that people want to use, but they were locked in these awkward releases, so wish they wouldn't do that, but they did. That aside, the bay overall is decent. It's a fairly interesting shape for a 3-sided attacker. Parts aren't ideal, but I mean, it could be worse, I guess. That said, I think this bay actually does look pretty nice. I generally don't like gold, especially after Burst, and of course on the Burst reference bay we have to get gold, but I do think it looks pretty nice. I generally do like white and gold, which you don't always see, but it looks good here. Also, I think that the kind of teal really adds a lot, I think helps out this design and makes it look really good. So yeah, I do like this one. Looks good in that sense, but I have no idea when I'm going to get this thing. We have another Rare Bay Gift Battle Bay coming out at the same time as this, and that is of course a blue version of KnightMail 385 Bound Spike. It is very much blue, also has a bit of gold, which is fine. I don't really have much to say on this one. I like KnightMail a lot as a UX bay, it's really nice. Probably one of my favorite Beyblade X bays in general, honestly. And I'd say it's a pretty good choice for a Rare Bay Gift Battle recolor. I'm not huge on the little Rare Bay Gift Battle thing and how many bays we're getting, but if we're going to get one, I think this is at least a solid one to choose. We also finally got the official reveal of the red version of PegasusBlast Assault Turbo. This is going to be like the equivalent of Black Dragoon from last year. A somewhat annoying release to get, but yeah, it clearly has some inspiration from Cyber Pegasus, I'd say. I don't know if I'm going to get this or not, it's just a nice bay that exists, and yeah, good recolor. Also, it does come with a launcher, so that's cool as well, I guess. I don't have much to say on this one. The leaked image of this thing came out months ago, and it was actually our first look at PegasusBlast in general, so again, it's just the official reveal of it. And lastly, we have the orange version of SamuraiSaber 270 level. This was also shown many months ago, but again, we're finally getting the official reveal of it. This will be released alongside the limited edition colored version of the second volume of the Beyblade X manga, so I believe there's already pre-orders for that up, and it'll be released in a few months. Looks really odd, but I guess it's so odd that it's kind of cool? Maybe. But yeah, that's basically everything for the month. I kind of try to go through it pretty quickly because there's just a ton of stuff to go through. Overall, I mean, pretty good reels, I'd say, because again, there was just a lot to go through. I don't care too much about the Pegasus or Samurai recolors, they just kind of exist. I probably won't get them, honestly, but I do like getting every Rare Bay Gift Battle base. I will have to get that KnightMail, and it at least looks cool, so that's good. I think Rock Leone is fine, but kind of just awkward with Gear Needle. SamuraiCaliber, as a bay, doesn't need to exist, but Merge is cool. I like SharkScale, I like TyrannoRoar, I think the deck set overall is pretty solid, and then ValkyrieVolt might be my favorite overall, it just looks really nice, honestly. At first I was unsure, but I actually like the design of this one quite a bit. Part choices are questionable, but still, aesthetically looks really nice, so we'll hopefully get that. I might try and win this, actually, we'll see, but yeah, that's all for the month. So anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.